All right, episode 12, Folk and Funky Podcast. We got some amazing guests today, all the way from the UK. Bhangra legends, JK and Bhota Jagpal, baby. Make some noise.
Man, this is a good one right here, man.
Pleasure, my guys. Thanks for joining us. These guys are in town for a few events, so they were so nice enough to lend us some of their time and jump on the pod. So thanks for coming on, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Slamz. Thank you, boys. Thank you for having us here. It's our pleasure.
Yep, and Bhota, obviously B21 legend, big time music producer. A lot of bangers out there that you guys all jam out to in folk music that you probably don't know he produced. So, and that he's still doing. So huge respect on that side too. So yeah, how you guys liking Cali?
ਗਰਮੀ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਹੈ ਇੱਥੇ ਧੁੱਪ ਪੈਂਦੀ ਆ
Where is good love cooker around here?
ਕੁੱਕੜ ਤਾਂ ਸਵੇਰ ਨੂੰ ਠਾਲ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਇੱਥੇ 4 ਵਜੇ ਅੱਜ ਮੈਂ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ ਝੜਕਿਆ ਕਿ ਕੁੱਕੜ
You did actually.
Those are people who've been to Yuba City. A lot of our viewers have, but some maybe haven't. But we have a lot of chickens here. We used to have a big chicken plant, and the plant owners left. But the chickens stayed and they multiplied is what the story I heard.
I've never heard that story.
Maybe your dad, the historian,
that's a story.
can tell. Maybe he knows better, but that's what I've heard and collected over the years. So
that's good.
Yeah, so yeah, tell.
The butchers died and then the chickens stayed and multiplied.
That's the story I've gotten down, but I don't know. I think we should ask the one and only Dr. Kang, historian.
I do not know.
He'll know.
Yeah, my sister was doing she was gonna do like a documentary about it to find out what the hell was the problem.
Yeah. So there you go. You go back and you gotta do a song on the cooker in Yuba City. There you go. So man, tell us. I guess you can start out how you got started in. We'll start with Jake. How you got started in singing. It's been about 15, 16 years that we've heard your music.
Yeah, so I think my first song that came out was in 2008. So although मेरा गाना है सीगा Gabhru पंजाब दा मेरा अपना लिखा गीत, but prior to that I was learning with Sukhjit sang or Tru-Skool. So ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਸ਼ੁਰੂਆਤ ਉਹਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਕੀਤੀ, and then I took some classical lessons with Preetham Singh as well.
Nice, man. Yeah. And still going, man. Like, we love your tracks and the folk music you keep alive. Like, what's your thoughts on like folk music? Why are you so big into folk music? Why haven't you, your whole career has kind of been like the same type of music? Why hasn't it changed? Will it change? And what are you doing to preserve it?
You know, like the Punjabi pop, the whole market that's out there now, there's a massive market. It's paying financially, big numbers are coming through, but it's not my kind of like cup of tea, you know. मैं पंजाबी हाँ, मेरे मम्मी डैडी प्योर पंजाबी आ, so जेड़ी मेरी माँ बोली आ, I stay strong to that. So you know, like my parents came over to England in whatever time they came, and whatever Punjab they had and they saw, they brought that to England, and then that's what's embedded inside me. So that's the folk. If I sing anything, that's the folk you guys get to hear is because of my mum and dad.
Where are you from UK?
So, from the UK, I live in Derby. So it's about an hour's drive away from Birmingham and about 3 hours from London. So, yeah, short aya penda, like your Yuba City. Yeah. It's very similar to that.
All right. So you said you're from Derby.
Yes.
And then
I like the way you said that. Say that one more time.
I mean,
it's spelled Derby.
Right? It's spelled Derby.
Americans will see it and say
they
Derby,
will say yes.
But then like I'll watch like a Premier League game.
Yes.
And it'll be like I'm a Liverpool guy, right?
Okay, so, I bet. every Punjabi is.
But like Merseyside, it's spelled Merseyside Derby, but they call it a Derby, and
that's right.
Like why?
Yeah, they always say it's a local derby. Yeah, but Sada Penda Derby. So it should be with an A, but everyone says it's Derby.
Yeah. And it seems like you were going to mention where you are from Punjab.
Yeah, I thought you was going to ask me that first. Yeah. So mere nanaka jehda pind hai oh Bopra hi so right next to Garaya, and so mera jehda apna pind hai jithe mere babe and my dad and everyone oh Jagpal hai. So ek pind Makandpur penda appre to jehdi sadak jandi a floor to leke appre tak is right at the end of that basically. So I'm from Jagpal.
That's okay. So like, okay.
I'm
just thinking like when I used to drive out to Amritsar, it's basically you're saying like right before the river?
So basically, Garaya, Fagwada, Jalandhar, it's all one area sort of thing. Or Ambersar, thoda dur pe janda, it's like different sort of thing. Apna Doabe jahiye apa. O Majha pe janda fir.
Most people in Yuba City are Doaba.
That's right, man. Doabe
We're Malve, but everyone. Most people here, like I don't know about Amrin, but most people, my wife. Our director Saab right here, we're all...
I think a lot of the people that came out and left Punjab were predominantly the Doaba people. I think jinna agriculture saga utthe jinna paisa thela saga sara Doabe wale kole si. So they were able to send out their kids, their sons, their daughters, and to come out and to set these beautiful lives out here now.
You were saying you're from your Nanak from Bopra?
Bopra, yes. My nani nana honi utthe de.
I think we have like some friends there. Bopra.
Goat hoga, goat bhi hega Bopra. The pind bhi.
No, they're from that pind too.
Are they Rais?
No, they're Boprais.
Oh, okay. Yeah, hoge 100% badayu fi sanu par kad lene rastadari koi.
Yeah, that's what.
I spent a lot of time. Main reha utthe bahut hai. Main nani ne padhaya. So my nanny brought me up quite a bit. So sometimes I used to just go, and my parents used to drop me off at the airport, and my nanny will pick me up, and then a lot of my holidays, like I just spend my time in India, Punjab.
Is it so? Like, sorry, you're an artist.
Yes.
Were you where were you?
All my vocal training was done in Derby, England.
Oh yeah.
So everything was done there. I'm no natural singer. मैं कोई कलाकार नहीं हैगा, मैं कोई singer नहीं हैगा. Like,
where did you start then? Like, how was that process?
So, these records that you've got here, like all this, like this whole vibe. I was brought up seeing all these things because my dad used to actually have a vinyl player. He used to have vinyls, like a majority of all these vinyls that you've got here. और कुछ again, I've still, मेरे को nearly 2000 record LP पे हो गए. Probably got about 1,500 EPs and stuff like that. Majority of them are from my dad. Wow. And but menu perlo passion Punjabi cinema da si.
Oh wow.
So it's Punjabi cinema like Bhota Jagpal the film Lalkara Jatti da, all the sarpanch lambardar ni. ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖ ਕੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਸ਼ੌਕ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਗਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਸ਼ੌਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ. I never had I didn't think I was going to be a singer,
So how did that transition happen? Because when we listen to you, and now you're saying you're not a natural singer.
Yeah.
It sounds so natural.
So I'll tell you a story then. So basically, Sukh's brother Harry, we used to study in college before together. He's a year older than me, but we used to play football. And ਮੈਨੂੰ ਆਦਤ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ, if we're talking and ਕੋਈ funny ਗੱਲ ਹੋ ਜਾਵੇ, I used to rhyme all the words up. And they and then I don't know why he thought that they call me Jit in back at the UK at college, and they'll be like, he went back to his brother and he says Jit's a singer to his brother Sukh. This is Tru-Skool, yeah. And he's like, the day afterwards he comes knocking on my door, and I was like, what's happening, man? Literally just come out of bed, and he goes, oh, my brother just said you're a singer. And I was like, nah, I ain't no singer, but and then he goes, come to my house. And then I got ready, man, done the brush kite, muh hath toya, chitte mare, went to his house and I sang a couple of numbers to him. And then he goes to me, look, man, he goes, no offense or anything, but you ain't no singer, man. He goes, you ain't no singer, so. But
he said it that nicely?
That nicely, yeah. And pyar now.
Okay. We were talking about on the last episode, some of those thoughts can be a little bit cruel when it comes to teaching and telling people straight up that, I'm not an artist, classically trained or nothing, but Amr, Slamz, you can attest to this, Simran, you as well, right? Learning from a ustad can sometimes be a little bit a little cool.
Tru-Skool is a different type of style, though. He's very blunt. He'll tell you to your face how it is.
For sure, 100%.
Which is great.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to hear that.
So does Tru-Skool, he also sings too?
He can sing too, yeah. He's actually a very, very good singer. He doesn't sing as much, but I always say to him, let's do a duet. And so hopefully
because there's a video I think on YouTube where he's playing
the baja.
Baja playing a ton of instruments. And it's just
he's so talented.
You don't see that. I don't think I've seen it on Instagram, but people don't know what this guy is capable of.
Yeah, he's dangerous, man. Literally, the talent is literally it's out the roof, man. That's how much he's got talent, like too much, man.
I mean, hidden talent's crazy. I mean,
But we say hidden, but like ਹੁਣ ਪੁੱਤ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਬੁਲਾਉਂਦੇ ਬੱਕਰੇ, you know, ਕਾਰਨ ਦੀਆਂ ਐਲਬਮਾਂ ਦੇਖ ਲਓ, ਮੂਰੇ ਜੱਟ ਖਾੜਕੂ ਖਰਾ, ਆਪਣਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਦੂਜਾ ਦਲਜੀਤ ਦਾ ਜਿਹੜਾ song ਆ, like all these songs and stuff like that. It's
he's got another album I really like. He's got that song with Ashok Gill.
That's right, yes.
And that album was like, he brought like this guy, like
unknown.
Unknown.
No one knew about him,
and
right?
the music and just the production was just like
match made in heaven.
Yeah,
proper.
Man, that was like that's the type of folk album I'm like we need again. But
I bet a lot of songs you don't know that you love. I know you love. Your parents love. We love. This guy produced. And no one even talks about it, and they're not even known. So, Bhota, tell us about your music. I know it's long, it's extensive, but like
actually, it's long. It's long.
You could break it down to how short you want and you're comfortable with. How about that?
Okay, well, I got started back in around late 80s, about 87, with my first band, Satrang, and me and another percussion player, Tubsy. We both did Tola and Bhangra with Satrang. Then I left Satrang and joined Brawinder Safri. Back in 1990.
So you're just on keys at this point?
Yeah,
you're not producing at this point.
No, I wasn't producing at all then.
Okay.
So no, I actually did produce like with Satrang, the 2 tracks, Tola Bhangra. And then I left Satrang for personal reasons.
Sure.
Then accidentally met with Safri because he needed some musicians to back him up at the Dome in Birmingham, and Dome was like the mecca of Bhangra music. Once you've performed there, you've made it. And so we actually had a couple of rehearsals with him, and in my head I'm going, this guy's a good singer. I was surprised no one actually got hold of him.
That was the 90s. You're saying no one knew who Safri was?
Yeah, he wasn't known.
Like early 90s?
Yeah.
Wow, because I feel like early 90s, like I'm banging Safri, like Def Jam and all that stuff.
No, Def Jam was about Def Jam was like around about 93, 94.
Yeah.
So back in the 90s, he just had his first album out, has Brawinder Safri, Reflections. And so for that he needed a band. And that's where he approached myself and a couple of other musicians. And then from there he asked me to join him full time. So we ended up doing Legends, the Bhangra version. And then a year after that, he goes, "Chal, album karte hain." And the beauty of that was that he gave me full reign of doing whatever you wanted. You know, do jo marji kar. I'll give you
That's full
khuli
trust,
chutti,
right?
And I was around about 17, 18 at that time.
That's crazy.
And I'm going, brilliant, you know, this is what I wanted. Someone just give me, you know, let me show what I can do. And so we ended up doing Bomb the Dumbi, which that sort of exploded. In the UK. Then he went, because those days we didn't have social media, and so it would get filtered to America, kind of other places around about 4 or 5 months later. And so obviously we didn't know how big we were in other places. We knew we were big in the UK, but we didn't know that we were big in America and kind of even India as well, and Australia. And that's when we did quite a few albums. And then, how you said, Safri did Death Jam, and you know, just
so much.
I mean, Safri dominated the early 90s in the UK. He was, you know, we were gigging left, right, and centre 7 days a week. We were doing gigs.
So were you on like the keys the whole time?
I was keys on the whole time, yeah.
I'll actually show you a video. I'm gonna release it when the Midla comes, but Safri comes here to Yuba City.
Yes.
And he brings the whole band.
Yes.
And I actually have the tape. It's sitting right there on my computer.
Yes.
It actually has you singing on it too.
Yes. I mean, so Safri was to around 95. Then I formed a band with my brother in 96.
Oh yeah. I mean, you come on. You're gonna have to say the name.
Okay, the band B21. From 96.
We can cut whatever needs to be cut.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I mean, in 96, we formed a band, B21. And to tell you the truth, first the band started with just Bally and Jussie. Then Bally played me the first track that them two had done, and it was terrible. And I go, "Bally, you can't release that." He goes, "No, it's good. I'm going, "You're meri beti kara deni tu." And he goes, "So how about you help us out?" I go, "Okay, I'll take care of the production side. You know, just carry on what you're doing. I'll just look after the production." And that's when I actually joined him. So ideally, it was Bally and Jussie that started it first. Within about 2 months, they got me involved in it. And the rest was history after that. Then we released.
That was a while, about 5 to 8
Public
years.
Demand in '98, and that sort of put us on the map firmly. It was typical, different kind of sound where we were catering more for not the older generation, but more for our generation, where there was a lot of hip hop in the UK in the '90s.
Sampling, yeah.
And so Bally was really into that kind of stuff. I was more Desi vibe, and then the mixture was sort of perfect.
So was Aja Sonia produced by you?
No, it was produced by my brother Bally. Which that was he heard the track. That song was already released and he didn't do anything on the market. Then Bally heard, he goes, I want those vocals, and then he contacted the record label to send the actual original spools back in the day over to him, and they sent it over, and then he just remixed it and it just blew up.
So basically, everything you've touched, right? I mean, you're going from suffering now to DP1.
This guy's gold.
And he doesn't talk about it. He doesn't talk.
So
No
humble.
show.
It was true at that time. Everything we were touching was so just turning into gold, and we don't know why and how. It just happened. So
This is why, like, I feel like it's very important to have these conversations. Production side usually gets overlooked. Everyone looks at the artist.
Yes.
No offense, but like the production side gets like, they just did it, right?
No,
But
it's good. Guys like Bally was more into his hip hop, his R&B kind of stuff. I was more into my Punjabi folk music, and then the mixture just worked together. And obviously we used to live together, so he would just throw this idea, going like, to be honest with you, when I first heard Aja Sonia, he played it to me. I go, it's all right. I know, and I'm being honest. I go, it's nothing major. And he goes, no, trust me. And so, for some reason, he's got a good head for something. I thought I had a good head, but he was on the next level. He goes, it's going to work. It's going to work. I go, "Chal dekh there." And he blew up. So, it's a bit of egg on my face on that one. But, it was all good.
That's awesome.
So can you go over a list of like songs you've produced that like are just bangers so the public knows? Because I feel like you deserve the recognition, man.
Tola.
Okay. Yeah.
Obviously, Bom Tumbi, the whole album. Darshan.
No, yeah.
Chandigarh Kare Ashki.
Look at that.
Din Raat.
You're gonna sing us some vocals too.
And like Aja Sonia, Ranja.
Look at that.
That's
all you can say.
Endless.
Yeah.
It's endless.
Let's not talk about the ghost stuff.
You probably missed about 40, 50 songs, really.
I mean, I've been blessed with. I personally, I've been very lucky to be in this game because, as Jit said, I wasn't into music. I just self-taught.
Yeah.
No one actually taught me. I just had a passion for music.
Yeah.
So I started doing. We had a school band back in the late '80s, and it was all just couple of guys, and I enjoyed it. That's all. It wasn't like I wanted to make a career out of it.
Right.
I just enjoyed music.
Passion.
Right.
Yeah, that's just passion.
So do you have like a teacher who taught you keys or on bass?
I used to Tipex on my. I had a little organ. I was tipping the keys on the A, B, C, and just learned like that slowly. And then obviously once you get used to it, then when you can hear something, you can play straight away.
Yeah.
So I got to that kind of level, which So I can't say I've got some start or like JK. So he had Sukh. I do wish I had someone at that time around me to actually teach me the ins and outs.
I know. You don't need a teacher.
I wish I did, because I remember going to my mum back in the day. I go, "मैं बाहर जा सीखना." She goes, "Oh, chop kar."
Yeah.
Well, I wish I had the opportunity to actually learn how to play piano and read music.
Yeah.
But I never had the opportunity.
How old were you when you first dropped like that? When you said you were working with Satrang, how old?
I was about 16. Yeah, about 16.
And how were your parents like during that time?
I mean, I was a kid and they're going, "Look, go chai da kaam kar." Palla pulla, doctor, and I'm going, well, no, I had so much passion for music. And I go, and I wasn't expecting. I thought I'll probably do about 2 years. It's a phase you're going through, and I'll probably lose it. But it just worked out for me, so I can't really complain. Yeah. So I'm happy with my.
You still play, like I was in England with you guys last year. You play with Jazzy still. You play with obviously JK. Is other artists you still go regularly with on tour and play?
Yes, I play with JK, Jazzy, Shinda, quite a few, even Daljit as well. We played back in the day with Tru-Skool, and it's been good for me, so I can't complain.
Yeah, I think I've seen you on YouTube. You have you play like the keys. There's like I can't remember what it is. Do you know? There's like where like you showcase artists and like they'll sing. It's like a live thing, and you'll be on like the keys.
Yeah, we have the I've got quite a few bands in the UK. The Legends band.
I think that's the Legends.
And so we normally cater for the older artists like Hiras, Brimmies, Sukhjits, and so we do quite a few live sessions in the studio.
Man, you got like names everywhere. You got
Yeah,
it's an amazing career, man.
You're blessing this podcast right now.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
So, have you guys ever done a track together or thought about it?
Okay, I'll be honest with you. JK did ring me last year.
मैंने किया इन्हें पता सारे ने फुलमेंट दस्से ही नहीं मोड़ के
No, I'll be honest with you.
इन्ना हंकार है इधर अच्छा ना इन्ना ईगो है इधर
लड़ पे
He goes, Bhutta, किदा गाना करिए इकट्ठा. मैं बोल के फोन किया. I do apologize.
ना कोई नहीं बात होती.
Look at that.
इस स्विमिंग पूल आई चे डूबू तेरे.
So if you guys get a banger from these two, it's because of me.
Yes, 100%. 100%.
No, hopefully we could do something.
But the key banda legend is playing it really humble.
Yeah.
You know, the keys, the chords, the actual piecework, it's so intricate. Sadde sare di samjh to bahar hai.
Yeah, 100%.
We don't understand like the complex how complex this guy actually is to produce and what he's done. You know, there's a big up.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. But
Big up, brother.
I just like to keep my stuff very simple. I think I spoke to Sukh back in the day.
Yeah.
And he was like, you were saying, yo, you've done this, you've done that. I goes, but Sukh, if you listen to our music, it's very simple.
Yeah.
It's nothing technical. Yeah. It's not like Bhutta Siddhar Agru. I go, I'm not into that kind of vibe. But I mean, like I said, Tru-Skool, he's on a next kind of level.
You produce now too, right? Like
yes. I've been producing since 1990. So
my sister, I mentioned just on like the way here, like, oh, we got Bhutta coming on our podcast, and she knew that, oh, he's a producer. That guy, like, relevant right now.
Yeah.
Like, he's making like good music.
So is there music you're doing now that people that you're not getting credit for?
No,
that you can say.
I mean, I always get a lot of rumors like people saying, "Oh, you guys produced that. You guys produced that." I go, no.
Okay.
I go, if I did,
what about like, do you listen to it and you like give them like a, hey, you know, like this is good or?
If anyone comes to me and asks me, yo, I've done this track, what do you think of it? I'll give him the honest opinion. I won't go, nahi, theek hai, bahut chalu, bahut, if he's singing off key or it's terrible. I will say it directly, but not as bad as Tru-Skool would say it.
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਸਿੱਧੇ ਠੋਕ ਕੇ ਗਾਣਾ ਕੱਢਦਾ.
I'm a bit more reserved.
He's like proper.
No, man, but keep doing what you're doing, man. Please don't ever stop.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
It means a lot. And you're touching people, man. I mean, you guys 25 years old. You know what I mean? He knows.
The biggest, the point I get is when I see people dancing to my music, especially when I go to different countries.
Yeah.
And I'm just watching people dancing, going, yo, they're dancing to my track or my music, whatever. And that is, to me, an honor.
Yeah.
That I can't believe people are listening to my music.
And you're the guy who doesn't want like the recognition. I feel. Oh, I could be wrong, but man, no, I've hung out with you now for a few years, and I feel like you don't care if that people know that's him. Or not.
No, it doesn't matter. Dude, I mean, I've got a reason behind that. I've got 2 daughters.
Okay.
And they keep my head on the ground. You know what I mean? They go, and they say stuff to me that it's unbelievable. Yeah. I'm going, and so they keep me humble.
Good.
They keep me on my feet firmly on the ground. I don't act like some big time artist. I'm happy. I don't really like the limelight. I like to be in the background kind of thing.
So what's up, man? So you guys are just meant to be perfect.
We get on well.
Yeah, I know.
We have a laugh. We have a proper laugh. You know what? It's been crazy for the last few days.
So like, what do you guys like? I mean, obviously we're all music heads here. Like, we can start with you, JK. What do you think of the music today that's coming out? I mean, we're all folk heads in here, I think. It's fair to say. Yeah. You like it, don't like it, it's okay, TikTok, some stuff
I'm
works,
going to be honest with
doesn't.
you, it's like, I don't buy any of the music from today. Like, I don't listen to anything of today. Like, there's nothing, it sounds really bad though, but like, I don't think there's any singer out there that's like satisfying me right now. Like, on the folk level.
Folk level, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If I sometimes I have to listen to the Daddies, I have to listen to like the older Marnik tracks, Shindar tracks, Gurdas Man, all that sort of stuff. But like today's generation is good, don't get me wrong, it's getting massive and stuff. And like I got respect for how far like the Punjabi Kalakar, how far they've pushed this game. That's ridiculous. Like that's beyond our wildest dreams, you know what I mean? So, but I do listen to it to keep on tabs, like what's chalda.
Yeah.
But I'm just fixed firmly in my lane.
It's hard, I guess, when you're at your guys' level. Like, what do you guys listen to? Like, I mean, we're music heads. We listen to everything. Like, if I don't like the way a song sounds, I'll just put a toll and a tonka behind it. Chalo ji, I can listen to it. I make it work, right? What about you? Like, are you same way?
Yeah, probably say I don't really listen to the latest, but you have to listen to it.
Just stay on top, right?
On top of what's actually happening out on the scene. Yeah, I mean, like back in the day, people used to actually have to graft to get the profession. Now it's much more easier.
Computerized.
It's the technology is available. You got AI now to do music, and I was trying to get away with it. And so people these days are not actually grafting as much as we did back in the day, where we would actually have to learn your instrument, or if you're vocally, you have to actually learn vocally. Now you got effects, you got auto-tune, Melodyne, and so AI, and so so the graftness of that era is not being represented in today's market. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of good songs come out, and then they're just like they just go under the radar because there's so much shit. But I mean, if you're like 3 main artists that we have, the 3 big ones, they're gonna get listens. But other ones, I think they're just floating under the radar. But Chalo,
I think it's become like a social media game though. It's like everyone's like hard and like promoting their shit on like sorry I swore.
No, we always cuss.
Okay, sorry. They're always like hard and like promoting on Instagram, slapping down stupid amount of money on there. So when you've got that sort of stuff, like you're competing with people that are putting a lot of money into this thing, so that's why a lot of stuff will go under the radar. You probably won't even realize
it's mainstream. It's pop.
And that's always been at the top. Pop music has always been at the top, and folk music's always been on the grassroots of it all.
You think at like when you dropped Gabhru Punjab, that album, at one point that was maybe like pop level too, right?
Do you think so?
Like I thought it was.
I think the way it hit us, it got. When you dropped that, it was the same with when like Karku came out.
Yeah.
That first song, Gabhru Punjab, that song goes hard. There's like a ton of songs in there, but
there's loads.
But one thing you don't realize, he actually writes his own songs.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What? Even I didn't realize that about a couple of months ago.
I just found out right now. So you wrote 82 and all that?
So ਜਿਹੜਾ Gabhru Punjab ਸੀਗਾ ਨਸ਼ਾ ਚੜ੍ਹਦੀ ਜਵਾਨੀ ਦਾ ਮਾੜਾ ਅੰਧੜੇ.
Did you write Chute Lare too?
Chute Lare, no, ਉਹ ਚੰਨ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਵਾ. He's a lyricist, he's a legendary ਬੰਦਾ. He's wrote songs Dulla Gusse Ch Daleru Meru Mare Boliyan.
Oh really?
Deep Mark ਜਿਹੜੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆ ਇੱਥੇ EP ਰੱਖੀ LP ਰੱਖੀ ਆ. ਚੰਨ ਕਰਾਇਆ ਵਾਲਾ. He was ਮੇਰੇ ਨਾਨੇ ਦਾ ਕਲਾਸ ਫੈਲੋ ਸੀਗਾ ਗਰਾਇਆ ਚ. And I remember ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਦਫ਼ਤਰ ਚ ਬੈਠੇ ਸੀਗੇ, and then he wrote Chute Lare.
That's one of my absolute favorite tracks.
ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ number 1 ਚੀਜ਼ ਆ. That's here to stay for a long time.
That's
right?
a really
Gabhru Punjab da likhya. Have you heard Pomp Pomp the music?
Yeah.
So Pomp Pomp I wrote myself.
That's a good
when I say these guys are music heads, they're music heads.
So jani ke kehne da matlab hun pop song hai. So like mera idda hai.
I mean for like during that time, right? It was like the song, like you like like I want to say like my wife, like her friends, like they'll know about that song because it was like the college people are like that's what they're playing, right?
Yeah, and it's catchy.
But I mean, like, it's not pop music today because during then you were, you had Tru-Skool making the music, not like crafting it from some computer. Or
that's
right.
Yeah. So. Jeda vocal hunda hai, I always judge this like by the vocal. Mainu eda ke vocal jeda ke desi hove, pure hove, o folk hove. ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਤਰਜ ਸੁਣੀਏ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਦੇ ਨੀ ਜੀਨਾ ਜੀਨਾ ਪਾਉਣੀਆਂ ਨੀ ਸੂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੜਾ ਫੱਬਦੀ ਇਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਅ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਦੇਸੀ ਥਿੰਗ ਇਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਪਿਓਰ ਫੋਕ ਹੈ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਝਲਕ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਫੋਕ ਦੀ ਆਉਂਦੀ ਆ ਗੱਭਰੂ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦਾ ਪਿਓਰ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੀ ਆ ਸੋ ਮਿਊਜ਼ਿਕ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਢੋਲ ਧਮੱਕਾ ਦੇਖਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਹੁਣ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਚਾਉਣਾ ਵੀ ਹੁੰਦਾ we got to make sure they're dancing on the dance floor, right?
I mean, when you do like a hick or a long to start off a song, right? I feel that's like the that's how you start like Jasbir does.
It's for me it's a calling.
Yeah.
Okay, like, ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਮੈਂ ਹੈਕ ਕੀਤੀ ਆ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬੰਦਾ ਆਲੇ ਦੁਆਲੇ ਬੈਠਾ ਹੋਊਗਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਕਹਿਣਾ what's this guy got to say? ਉਹਨੇ ਬੱਲੇ ਬੱਲੇ ਹੁਣ ਕੰਨ ਉਹਦੇ ਖੜੇ ਹੋਣੇ ਆ
wakes you up, man.
It wakes you up. And then if you go ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਲ ਯਾਰ ਵੇਲੀ ਦੱਬਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਆ ਬਹਿਰੀਆਂ ਦੇ ਬਹਿਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਛੱਡਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਹਾਰੇ ਨੀਓ ਗੇਮ ਕਰ ਫਤੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਨੀ ਪੋਤੇ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੋ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਕਰਾ ਕੇ ਹੱਥ ਖੜੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਨੀ ਪੋਤੇ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੋ ਪੋਤੇ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਹੋ ਪੋਤੇ ਜੱਟਾਂ ਦੇ ਇਹਨੂੰ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਮੇਰੇ ਹਿਸਾਬ ਨਾਲ ਕਿ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਫੋਕ ਆ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਕਈ ਵਾਜਾਂ ਦੱਬੀਆਂ ਹੀ ਹੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਹੁਣ ਉਹ ਕਿਸੇ ਕੋਲ ਯਾਰ ਬੇਲੀ ਦਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣਦੀ ਹੈ ਨਾ
it's like that. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm not vocally trained, but like it's like you're singing from like
the heart,
like from the bottom, so that like how you're supposed to breathe from like that bottom. It's like you're
and you have to learn that, right? So like you know our Punjabi culture, our Punjabi ਜਿਹੜਾ ਸੱਭਿਆਚਾਰ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਭੰਡ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਭੰਡਾਂ ਦਾ ਪਤਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਭੰਡ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਸਟੈਲਰ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਤੁੰਬਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਤੁੰਬਾ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣਾ ਕਿ ਹੀਰ ਰਾਂਝਾ ਕੌਣ ਸੀ ਜਾਂ ਜੱਗਾ ਜੱਟ ਕੌਣ ਸੀ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਸਾਰੀ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸਣੀ
I get what you mean.
ਹਨਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ they tell you so like ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਾਡੇ ਬਜ਼ੁਰਗ ਆ ਡੈਡੀ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਬਾਬੇ ਆ they would tell us ਕਿ ਪਿੰਡਾਂ 'ਚ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਭੰਡ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਜਾਂ ਤੁੰਬੇ ਵਾਲੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਾਰੀਆਂ ਸਟੋਰੀਆਂ ਦੱਸਣੀਆਂ You get it. So a Punjabi folk, that's you trying to get your message across to the person down there, like trying to tell him the story. So
I mean that's why they call it Manik Kaliyan da Bacha, right?
Bacha,
it's like
100%. ਲੋਕ ਗੀਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਆ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਉਹਦਾ ਦੇਵ ਤਰੀਕਿਆਂ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੱਸਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕਲੀਆਂ ਤਾਂ ਬਹੁਤ ਥੋੜੀਆਂ ਗਾਈਆਂ ਮਾਨਕ ਨੇ ਮਾਨਕ ਜੀ ਨੇ but it's more so like ਲੋਕ ਗੀਤ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਬਹੁਤ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ like there's a lot that Manik's done.
There's a lot you can learn, like a lot of like stories you can read up about, and I mean he goes through it all, but
And you guys were talking about it earlier, like maybe the reason why modern artists aren't making that music is because they don't have those stories to tell, right?
This is the was we having the conversation about the girlfriend, the boyfriend, and stuff. So we were this was off air. ਹੁਣ ਗੱਲ ਏਦਾਂ ਪੁਰਾਣੇ ਜ਼ਮਾਨੇ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਸ਼ਕੀ ਹੁੰਦੀ ਸੀਗੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਪਰ ਹਨਾ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਕਿ ਲਾਈਕ ਪਹਿਲੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਆਸ਼ਿਕ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਨਦੀਆਂ ਤਰ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਟੱਪ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀਗੇ ਹੁਣ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆੜ ਆ ਹੁਣ ਆੜ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਟੱਪ ਕੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਜਾਂ ਕੱਲੇ ਸਟ੍ਰੀਮ ਸੋ ਕਹਿਣ ਦਾ ਮਤਲਬ ਇਹ ਆ ਇਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਜੇ ਹੁਣ ਸਟਾਰਬਕਸ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ 2 ਵੀਕਾਂ ਬਹਿ ਕੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਆਸ਼ਕੀ ਕਰਨੀ ਆ ਉਹ ਗੀਤ ਕਿਹੜੇ ਲਿਖਣੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲਾਈਕ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹ ਪਿਆਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਕਿਹੜਾ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਗੀਤ ਆਊਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕੁੜੀ ਨੇ ਮੁੰਡੇ ਨੇ ਬੋਰਡ ਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਜਾ ਕੇ ਰੋਜ਼ ਮਿਲਣਾ ਜਾਂ ਆਪਣੇ ਆਸ਼ਿਕ ਨੇ ਚੂਰੀ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣੀ ਹਨਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਖਿਲਾਉਣ ਜਾਣਾ ਚੂਰੀ ਕੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਜਾਣੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਪਿਆਰ ਨਾਲ ਜੱਫੀਆਂ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਦਰਖਤ ਦੇ ਥੱਲੇ ਤਾਰੇ ਗਿਣਨੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਉਹ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਪਿਓਰ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਸਟੋਰੀ ਆ ਹਨਾ ਉਹਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਗੀਤ ਵੀ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ ਆ ਵਧੀਆ ਹਨਾ
100%.
Oh, that's valid. I mean, like, I met my girlfriend on Instagram. During the pandemic.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool. I'm happy, but like, that's not like a Punjabi folk story.
I mean, I met my wife right here at my neighbor's house.
Oh wow.
Desi style, and we were both wearing a mask, and we literally fell for each other because of a Kang.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
ਇਹ ਮੁੰਡਾ ਨਾ ਇਹ ਥੋੜਾ ਡੇਂਜਰਸ ਆ ਇਹ ਤੋਂ ਬਚ ਕੇ ਰਹੋ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਦੀਆਂ ਗੱਲ ਕਰਦਾ ਇਹ
That's like the most like I feel like that folk element like you know like back in the day like looking at like white teeth like that's like the old school
ਨੈਣ ਨਕਸ਼ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਰੂਪ ਰੰਗ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਅੱਖਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਾਂ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚੋਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਨੂਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਆ ਜਾਂ ਤਿੱਖਾ ਨੱਕ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਬੁੱਲ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਹੁਣ ਜੇ ਬਗੈਰ ਲਿਪਸਟਿਕ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਹੁਣ ਬੁੜੀ ਦੇ ਆਮ ਜਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਬੁੱਲ ਲਾਲ ਹੋਣ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ
even like Jasbir has a song Nag right that's like bringing like gutta right gutta
ਉਹ ਪਿਓਰ ਦੇਸੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਲੈਟਸ ਲਾਈਕ ਯੂ نو ਦੈਟਸ ਬੱਲੇ ਬੱਲੇ ਹੈ ਸਾਡੇ ਲਈ
but I feel like you could still find that today like there's gonna be people I mean it's gonna have a little bit of different like spice element to it but there's gonna be artists today that are gonna find that I mean those are just we're humans as long as you know humans are going to be humans unless we go to robots you know like you know
ਉਹੀ ਮੈਂ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਦੇ ਨੀ ਜੀਨਾ ਛੀਨਾ ਪਾਉਣੀਆਂ ਨੀ ਤੂੰ ਛੱਡ ਦੇ ਨੀ ਜੀਨਾ ਛੀਨਾ ਪਾਉਣੀਆਂ ਨੀ ਸੂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਬੜਾ ਫੱਬਦੀ ਕਿ ਤੂੰ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਸੂਟ ਵਿੱਚ ਜੀਨਾ ਨਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਕਰ ਸੂਟ 'ਚ ਤੂੰ ਬਹੁਤ ਸੋਹਣੀ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਅੱਤ ਲੱਗਦੀ ਹੈ ਕੀ ਲੋੜ ਹੈ ਹਨਾ so ਮੈਂ I always try to bring it in as much as I can you know so there's something so the girls the boys they feel comfortable in our clothes because we're rich man you know our culture
is everything for us
it's so rich like ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਟਰੈਕ ਸੂਟ ਪਾਇਆ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਆ ਪਰ ਜਦ ਮੈਂ ਕੁੜਤਾ ਚਾਦਰਾ ਪਾਉਣਾ like boy I feel like no like ਮੈਂ ਸਟੇਜ ਤੇ ਜਦ ਜਾਣਾ ਜਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਘਰ ਵੀ ਹੋਵਾਂ ਜਾਂ ਕਿਤੇ ਵੀ ਮੈਂ I feel like a king, man.
Dude,
yeah, what I'm trying to say.
I
feel like a king.
In Punjab, when I was in Punjab, every time I would go to Chandigarh, I'd make sure I wear kurta pajama because that's like that's over there. You could do it and it's like normal, right? Yeah. But it's also just like shonk, like chitta kurta paya, you know, like it's just I mean, I love that. I love hearing that.
Yeah, no, but you should feel comfortable to do that here too.
I do it here too.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you should. No matter where you are, because the thing is, it has a knock-on effect. It has a domino effect. So if you do it. ਹੁਣ ਇੱਧਰ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਰੂਗਾ ਤਾਂ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਕਰਨ ਲੱਗ ਪੂੰਗਾ ਲਾਈਕ ਇਟ ਹੈਜ਼ ਲਾਈਕ ਨਾ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਜ਼ਿਆਦਾ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਾਣ ਕੇ ਮੈਂ ਬੋਲਦਾ ਆ ਇਸ ਪੋਡਕਾਸਟ ਤੇ ਆਮ ਸਪੀਕਿੰਗ ਮੋਰ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਔਨ ਹੇਅਰ ਕਿ ਲਾਈਕ ਇਦਾਂ ਕਿ ਲੋਕੀ ਕੰਫਰਟੇਬਲ ਹੋਣ ਚੰਗੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੁਹਾਡੀ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਜਾਂ ਮਾੜੀ ਹੋਵੇ ਇਟ ਡਸਨਟ ਮੈਟਰ ਠੋਕ ਇਟ ਮੈਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਵੀ ਕਹੂੰਗਾ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਬੋਲਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਟੋਕਿਆ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਬਾਲਾ ਲਾਈਕ ਯੂ ਨੋ explain to the kids or explain to the elders like some elders can't speak Punjabi properly but make someone feel comfortable to speak Punjabi.
I think it's getting to that now. Yeah. Like before people were a little more ashamed. I think social media has kind of made it to like show like we are proud. Like
this is who we are. Yeah.
Punjabis are proud people, and
for sure.
Especially, I mean, here in Yuba City, I don't know if you.
He's been
into it.
I've been here a few times.
He's been here.
Pure Punjabi.
Here you'll be driving, and you know someone will be slapping like Miss Pooja or something.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
just normal.
Nice.
So I mean that's something. I mean I learned. I didn't know that you write your own lyrics.
Yeah, no, like I've got basically I've got a new EP coming out. It'll be coming out in May. Produced by Tru-Skool. It's coming out on a big label. And I wrote a song on that too. So that's going to be my third. I've wrote loads of songs. But a lot of DJs.
Have you wrote for anyone else?
ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਨੇ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਸੀ ਪਰ ਮੈਂ ਦਿੱਤੇ ਨਹੀਂ. The thing is it's like ਇਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਾਨੀ ਕਿ
personal.
Yeah, ਆਪਣੀ ਜਾਨੀ ਕਿ hook ਹੈ ਜਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿ ਲੋ. And I only do it and you know ਬਾਬੇ ਦੀ ਬੜੀ ਮਿਹਰ ਰਹੀ ਉਹ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੀ ਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਵੀ ਕੋਈ ਗਾਣਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਆ ਉਹ ਜਾਨੀ ਕਿ ਹਿੱਟ ਹੋਇਆ ਗੀਤ. ਪਹਿਲਾ ਗੀਤ ਮੇਰਾ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਮੇਰੀ ਸਟਾਰਟਿੰਗ ਸੀ where I started from Gabhru Punjab ਦਾ it made my whole career. Gabhru Punjab ਦਾ ਸਪੇਰਾ ਕੁੜੀਏ that made my whole career. You know, literally ਉਹ ਮੇਰਾ ਆਪਣਾ ਲਿਖਿਆ ਹੋਇਆ ਗੀਤ.
Did that song come out first and then the album, or was it like
no so Gabhru Punjab that song came out first.
Yeah, a single, right?
So that came out 2008 and then well officially it came out 2009 January 1st, but it had dropped on Britasia TV in the UK in December. So although ਨਿਕਲਿਆ and then after that we had some singles like ਪੱਟ ਲਿਆ ਚੱਲੇ ਮੁੰਦੀਆਂ ਝੂਠੇ ਲਾ ਰਹੇ and stuff and then the album came out.
Those are the
Jita Sari came out on the album.
Regular
England ਨੱਚਦਾ ਪੰਗਾ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ ਹੋ ਗਿਆ ਸ਼ਰਾਬੀ all that they all came on the album in 11.
So much, man.
And you said you wrote most of those too, right?
Yeah, so تقريبا like England نੱਚਦਾ hook lines I wrote a lot. I was you know the JK Bowling I wrote like loads in there too.
Shinde di tape.
Shinde di tape came out not long ago. Yeah, or Raj Ranjot ne likha.
Oh, Raj.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Raj Ranjot. Bagi Tera Yaar and Shinde di tape were both written by Raj Ranjot.
It's good. That guy is a really.
He's very talented. That's another guy, very humble and like so talented. But like I wish you know Maharaj kare ke like unu hor tarakki deve because the kid's so talented.
He wrote that recent song for Diljit, Water.
Diljit de lahda, yeah.
I mean for Diljit he writes the best tracks.
Yeah, he's a good writer, man. Bad boy.
That's awesome. What do you guys think about like I don't know how it is, Bhota, back in your time, music videos were freaking big, right? Now I feel like, I don't know, to me personally, I think we talk about with everybody who comes on here, like music video values kind of just, it is what it is, right? But like, I remember when like you guys dropped those videos back in like the 90s, you were like, whoa, like it was something different. Now you're like, okay, it's another video.
No, nowadays it's common now. Yeah. Back in the early 90s and late 90s, music videos were very rare.
Yeah.
Because record labels wouldn't actually want to spend that kind of money.
Right.
On music videos, but now it's a norm now. But so back in the day, it was like very different. Like you got a music video.
Yeah.
How do you get that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you know it was big money back in the day.
But also, how are you going to release it too? Because you can't.
Yeah, I mean, those days, but there wasn't many channels to.
More record labels.
Back in the day, yeah.
There wasn't many channels, so towards the end of the 1990s, it was like there was more outlets.
Yeah.
You know, you were Britasia in the UK, and we had more satellite channels as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, we had B4U music.
Yeah, B4U.
TV Asia.
In the UK, you guys have like I feel like Punjabis. you guys have channels that are on TV. Like you're saying, Brit Asia, is that like an actual channel? On
yeah, Brit Asia
so
channel.
you actually have like
they have full channels there. There's Punjabi music all day on, on
here
TV.
they have. I mean, everyone gets BTC, Punjabi, Alpha,
Yes.
you know, stuff like that. But like, we don't have like an American like media channel that's like
like you guys have.
like
Yeah.
Well, you say you guys, they just literally just come off Sky. They've just been shut down. You know that.
Canada.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, so Brit Asia they shut down. So they can't.
really?
They're not. It's not being run anymore.
As
So I
of
think they're
recent?
just going on. This just literally like weeks ago. So
Oh, wow.
So we did, but not anymore.
Why is that? Was
I think
some-
it comes down to like funding. I think it comes down to the scene, the whole vibe. I guess so.
Brit
I'm not
Asia?
really got. Yeah, it is a
Yeah.
big.
Don't
all
they
the
also have
award
that concert
ceremony
or that?
Yeah, the award
that-
ceremonies.
Yeah.
yeah. So every year, like it's been going since I've been around. So
They've about late 90s. They've started Brit Asia.
yeah.
I mean, they're probably gonna have to start a streaming service. You know?
They have.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube streaming. That's
probably
what
what
they do.
works.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, like these days people can make their own videos now
Yeah.
on their phones.
Yeah.
So you don't need to have big budgets anymore. The technology is there now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, that those.
But it's not as special anymore.
Yeah,
I
that
feel.
kind of.
Yeah.
But these days you need to be more creative,
Yeah.
making your
Video.
videos. You just can't make the run of the mill kind of videos, like dancing in a field or something like that. You have to think.
What's going to get the most
Concept,
clicks,
Yeah, the
shares?
concept, yeah,
concept,
concept.
and you want to look at like where the views are going to come in. It's more strategical
Yeah.
approach to everything nowadays.
So
Yeah.
for your EP, are you planning any videos?
Oh yeah, for sure, 100%.
So what goes behind the thought of making a
So
music
luckily
video?
this time around, like every single EP, any single cover you've seen or album cover you've seen, I've pretty much designed all of
Awesome.
them myself.
So much, yeah.
मैं तकरीबन सारे design किए हैं. Like I've sat down with the guys and said this is my vision. I want to create this. I want to do this. But this time around, because we've got to deal with like a big label,
Awesome.
so they've
Yeah.
kind of like taken
Taken
control.
over.
So it's like literally, I'm just like.
So it's less stress then, huh?
Yeah.
It's just it's been a lot easier. It's been less stressful. The cover got done literally in 2 days.
Yeah.
And like the videos they're planning right now.
So you
We've
got
shot
no
the trailer
headache.
for it.
No headache.
No headache.
That's
no
Just
headache.
focus on the music.
I'm
So you just
I
focus on
focused
singing.
all on my singing. I just focused with like producing the whole EP
It's
day in
with
day out.
Tru-Skool?
Yes, man.
So now you don't like something, you just say no, redo it.
What's that, sorry?
Like say they give you a cover art.
Oh,
I don't like it, redo it.
So we took the picture, and
Right?
it was like
Yeah.
it was like a beautiful picture. It was like cinematic. When you see it, I'll show you guys actually in
Yeah.
a bit. I'll show you guys.
What's
So-
it called, the EP? Do you have a name for it?
I don't know if I should tell you lot yet though.
We can always cut it out.
Yeah,
If you don't,
yeah,
if you
yeah.
don't
If it
want
comes
it.
out afterwards, then you can
Yeah,
put it in. But the EP got you like love folk. There's
Obsessed.
one song on there that you guys are gonna absolutely love because जाने की जेडी pure Punjabi folk चीज़ है वो पेश की
man.
So hopefully you guys enjoy that.
That's
And
awesome.
you're going to be performing at the Breaking Borders Festival later this year. In
That's
Malta?
right. Yes, I am going to be in
That kinda
September.
came out, like out of nowhere, like we were just kind of scrolling on Instagram one day and we saw this like massive festival of all these artists and we saw your name on there. We're like,
Yeah.
dope, we're gonna have him on the podcast soon.
Yeah,
How did
yeah.
that kind of come about? That opportunity, was it just kind of something?
I don't know. We just kind of like got. I don't know. They just approached us and we were like, yeah, we can do it. We're free on the day, sort of thing. And
That's
so,
it.
ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕੰਟਰੈਕਟ ਭੇਜੋ ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇੰਨੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਆ ਇੰਨੇ ਆਇਓ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਮਰਜ਼ੀ ਲੈ ਜਾਓ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕੀ ਹੈ
You even living it the Desi style, right? It's
Yeah,
simple.
they ਸਿੱਧਾ ਕੰਮ ਪਤਾ ਕੀ I don't want to take no headache. We've been there, done all that,
Yeah.
overthink things and stuff. ਹੁਣ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਇਦਾਂ ਹਵਾ ਇੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਵਗਦੀ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ
Perfect, yeah.
ਜਦ ਹਵਾ ਇੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਚੱਲਦੀ ਆ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਧਰ ਨੂੰ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ
Gem.
ਪਰ ਜਦੋਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਸਟੈਂਡ ਲੈਣਾ ਪੈਂਦਾ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਭੁਚਾਲ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਭਾਵੇਂ ਮੀਂਹ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਝੱਖੜ ਹਨੇਰੀ ਆ ਜਾਵੇ ਫਿਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਖੜ ਕੇ
Yeah.
ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਆੜ ਪੰਜਾਬੀ ਆਪਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਜਿੱਦੀ ਵੀ ਬਥੇਰੇ
What do you guys, I think you're talking to Dr. Kang earlier and he asked you like, is there a scene to make a living in Punjabi music? I think he said, did he say UK or did he say in the world?
UK, yes.
UK. So what do you think? I mean, both of you guys have traveled so much. Like, where do you guys find the favorite scene? If there's a singer out there or producers trying to make it full time off the Punjabi music scene, is there an opportunity for them? Or like, you know,
Bhota go first.
yeah, that's
there's opportunities, but you got to work at it.
Yeah, 100%,
It ain't
yeah.
going to be just given to you on a plate.
Yeah.
You have to spend years actually perfecting your game, whatever you're doing. So yeah, you can make a living out of it.
Yeah.
I mean, JK's doing it. I'm doing it as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But it doesn't come overnight.
Yeah.
You have to actually work at it and do a lot of graft.
what do you think?
Ask me the question again.
If someone wants to, someone said, "Hey, like, okay, JK, you made a living in the Punjabi music scene from 2009 onwards, or whenever your time started was, right? Like, could they do that now? Some youngsters coming up to you and say, "Can I do that? Like, what do I got to do?"
I think you can, obviously, because people are doing it. But I also think if you're not the people's person and you're not like, you know, in it with the people and you're not milansar nahi hai, fir bahut mushkil hai. Because I find that very difficult. But kids are doing it. I mean, if you got it, then you're going to be at the top, you know. But if you ain't got it, it's going to be a struggle.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's so difficult because I wouldn't ever say to anyone, like, say for instance you was going to start out singing or producing, I wouldn't ever say don't do it.
You got to try.
You push yourself. Don't waste your time. Push yourself 100%. Go for it as much as you can.
Yeah.
Give it all for years and years. And, you know, if it gets you somewhere, gets you somewhere. You know, but don't ever give up on your dreams, man.
You got to have the love. At the end of the day,
don't
you
let
have to
anyone
enjoy
ever
it.
put you down in life, you know. Like, people come, oh, no, yaar, tenu to bolna nahi aunda changi tarah. Tenu to changi tarah. I've had like loads of bullshit from mans. Like, you know, oh, listen to that shit, man. Do your thing. Go in hard and be strong with it.
Did you get that? Of
course. Like, you know, like this, that and stuff like that. But I used to have like crazy hairstyles and kapde da baggy booty pa ke chal jana and stuff like that. Although pehla hoya hon ta.
So you had like a Jazzy B type of like.
You know, Jazzy B, like, have to say, man, salute hai bhai nu. He's number one. Bhota Jagpal.
Oh yeah.
Jazzy B, Kuldeep Manik, Chimkila, and Surinder Chinda and Bendra Kia. These guys are my favorites, man. You know, them voices are like gold.
Yeah.
You got a pretty similar voice.
No, thank you, I appreciate that. But, you know, if they were there, like, you know what I mean? Because if they weren't there, maybe we wouldn't have been doing this sort of stuff. So, you know, 100%. And you know, they do me proud. I hope I'm doing them proud too, you know.
Oh, I'm pretty sure you are. Yeah, especially folk. What do you guys think about like the scenes? Like I said, you've came out here a few times here, and most of our audience, I believe, is California based, right? So, like you guys both have been, Bhota especially been in California so much. You've came a lot last 5-6 years. What do you guys think the big difference is here in California compared to other scenes like Canada, England, wherever? And then where do you guys like it? I mean, what's the biggest difference? You know, what do you see?
I think it's growing out here still.
Yeah.
I don't think it's like on the level as the UK.
No. Yeah.
Whereas the UK is very established. Because Dr. Kang and he was saying that the Punjabis have actually been here since the 1800s. That's like kind of messed up, like, you know what I mean? So, but then you're thinking, but like, you know, when I see the weddings and when I see the private events and the melee and stuff in the UK, it's a little bit different to what it is here.
Yeah, for sure.
But one thing is, it's pure desi log hai. Punjabi proper hai. And gadma inna ne stand rakha hai. Truckan to leke farma tak leke. It's like, you know, it's khulla rakha kam.
Yeah, like I saved some rasa for you from my father-in-law, you know.
Ganne da rasa. Ganne da. मैं तो उधर तो गन्ने चूप थे उधर से रास्ता बहुत कट्टा या तो गन्ना फाड़ लो ना. So yeah, पीमा के कोई नहीं. गन्ने दा रसा भी ले पी लवांगे. No problem.
Yeah, no, I think that's the thing. And maybe if we had like you out here, you know, it'd be the scene would.
I don't know if I like. I don't know what it is. Let's see if it gets us accepted out here. That's the main thing.
I asked him about that a while ago.
Bhota Jagpal is technically from California.
Yeah, California King.
California.
He's only about an hour.
Yeah, we met him last time he came.
Yeah.
Party there. The last performance, 2020.
Yeah, he came to my son's birthday
party. He's a G, man.
Yeah.
And he had just had a recently album come out as well.
Shinda.
Quite well, right?
And he hooked up with Shinda too, which is pretty
That's
cool.
the ultimate combination. You know what I mean? Like, you got nothing better than that. That's like Messi and Argentina, like, you know, proper combination.
For us, you and Tru-Skool is a great combo too, man. Yeah. Don't sell yourself short.
Like, I would do songs, but like, you know, mere naal jehda mera ta Sukhi da jehda, like me and Bhota, we get on so much. Jidda appa the laugh and joke, like me and Sukha, like that, you know. It's
vibe.
Like, and vibe column, like
there's a whole documentary that has both of you on it.
Yes.
That's like
you watched that?
I saw it back in the day of you guys. Yeah, and I was just like, oh, this is pretty.
I haven't even seen that. I'm telling you, these guys are not level.
That's crazy. Is that the one on the racetrack?
it's the one. It's like you guys just like talking about your album. I remember seeing it a while back. You're like talking about I don't know.
It's like how you made.
Yeah, how you started.
Okay. Oh, did I have like a hat on?
Yeah,
Raiders beanies.
Okay, that was
gonna ask about the Raiders. Where's the? I see a lot of Raiders.
You know what it is? It's like I used to watch a lot of like hip hop films back in, like I say hip hop films, but like you know, like Above the Rim and like you know, Boys in the Hood. I used to watch all that, and then ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਕੱਪੜਾ ਦਾ style ਸੀਗਾ was all from that, like the baggy jeans and you know, Kid and Play. Did you ever watch Kid and Play?
Yeah, man. Yeah, I did.
House Party and all that. Yeah. So I used to watch all them films.
That's all Cali based, man. So you're really a Cali guy.
Yeah. So all the check shirts, that whole flex. I was on.
That's all. Yeah, that's all
Cali.
SoCal. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm on that hard sort of thing. So Pelma da menu baak raise hunda siga. Used to watch all them all proper like nice. What did you ask me though? Sorry, forgot.
I'm sorry.
What did you ask me again?
The Raiders stuff.
Oh, the Raiders stuff. That's it. Just watch it.
No, it's the same.
Jordan, Raiders, you know, all that sort of stuff. I love it, man. I love it.
Alright, well, I mean, we've hit the
time limit,
15-minute mark, so.
ਦੋ ਤਿੰਨ ਗਾਣੇ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਗਾ ਦਿੰਨੇ and then you got some more content to do as well, huh?
Party ਮਰਜੀ
ਹੋਏ ਅੰਗਰੇਜ਼ੀ ਵਿੱਚ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਸਾਡੀ ਆੜ ਦੀ ਗਰਾਰੀ ਯਾਰ ਤੇਰਾ ਬੈਲੀ ਬਿੱਲੋ ਸਿਰੇ ਦਾ ਜਗਾੜੀ ਹੋ ਜਿਹਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਨੀ ਜ਼ਿੰਦਗੀ ਪਿਆਰੀ ਹੋ ਗੱਲ ਅੱਜ ਦੇ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕੇ ਹੋ ਪੁੱਤ ਜੱਟ ਦਾ ਗਾਓ ਹੋ ਪੁੱਤ ਜੱਟ ਦਾ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਰਦਾ ਨੀ ਲੈ ਜੁ ਲਲਕਾਰੇ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਹੋ ਪੁੱਤ ਜੱਟ ਦਾ ਨੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮਰਦਾ ਨੀ ਲੈ ਜੁ ਲਲਕਾਰੇ ਮਾਰ ਕੇ ਪੁੱਤ ਜੱਟ ਦਾ ਹੋ ਪੁੱਤ ਜੱਟ ਦਾ ਨੀ
Is that what like you drink the garam the hot water because it's
yeah ਫਿਰ ਇਦਾਂ ਹੁਣ ਪਾਣੀ ਠੰਡਾ ਪੀ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਆ ਇੱਕ ਤਾਂ ਬੇਰਾਮੀ ਬਹੁਤ ਹੈ but I was on the flipping flight for like 11 and a half hours and then we're coming back I think we were awake for like 48 hours like literally so.
And they didn't even question the pod and once I asked him he's like no problem
no
thank you man
ਪਤਾ ਕੀ ਮੇਰਾ ਭਰਾ and ਇਹਦਾ ਕੋਈ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਦੇ ਮੈਂ ਮੋੜ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦਾ like honestly I've got a lot of love for my brother you know ਇੱਥੇ Darby he came to my bend in the UK too so Darby ਵੀ ਆਇਆ ਸੀਗਾ
you know that
Mex good at it like
love that you gave food man
so yeah he came through to dog I got a lot of love ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ folk ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਪੰਜਾਬੀਅਤ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ my time is all yours
no respect man
so ਤੁਹਾਡੇ pod ਲਈ ਤੁਹਾਡੇ your listeners and stuff so salute ਹੈ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ
Thank you, bro. Thank you too, Bhota, man. Big love, you know that respect.
You want to do a vocal too?
Nah, I'm fine. I'll leave the expert to do it.
Expert
Expert of Patea.
You did sing at the middle of that one time.
Yes, we did. Yeah. That's the different story. I'll tell you about that another time. There's a reason behind
that. He can sing. Huh? He can sing.
Yeah, of course.
But he just, he's the music guy.
He's a shy guy.
Yeah, he's a shy guy.
Hit him with the fast five, man. You got fast five ready for that?
If you guys want to stick around, we usually do like little rapid fire questions at the end.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
I guess for both of you, you guys can take turns, but like, if there's an artist, for you guys, I would say like, dead or alive, that would be like your dream collaboration that you haven't worked with yet. Who would it be?
Well, I think I achieved mine. Mine was Tru-Skool.
Oh man.
Actually worked with him, and you know he was on our next level. When he does stuff, he does so naturally and effortless. It's just amazing. I was in awe of him because he actually came to my house in Birmingham, and I couldn't believe he was actually in my house, and he just sang. We had a couple of songs off him, and he just sang them like that, effortlessly. And he was, so I think I've achieved my dream to work with one of the artists I wanted to work with, and that was definitely Tru-Skool.
Wow.
You know, I was blessed to have a song Bhota Jagpal Bakre with Surinder Chanda and stuff, you know, and but mera ye dream hove. If I could, I would love to sing with Kuldeep Manik ji when they were in their prime. You know, Ma Hundiya Ma days, Ichhana Taha Mardi, Sahaba da Tarla. But obviously, main unna naal gaun jog nahi hai. But if I could, I would try to do that.
I mean, out of the question, is anyone like Kulwinder Johal or Gurbej Bar, are they going to be on this album?
On the EP that we're doing?
Yeah.
No, but you know, we've got 3 concerts coming up in the UK, so I'm trying to pull them together to do...
Gurbej Brar, I feel like you don't...
One of the best singers, man. He's dangerous.
We might have to go to these concerts, bro. We should take a trip to the concerts.
For sure. Oh my God. You know what? Gurbej has actually got, like folk heads, like he's got one of the most folk voices out there.
No, he has a song "Stop Fighting" too. And it's
yeah, ਸੁੱਤੇ ਨਾਗ ਨੂੰ ਸਮਾਧੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਸਾਧ ਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਲ ਕੇ ਕਦੇ ਨਾ ਛੇੜੀ ਤੇਰੇ ਡੈਡੀ ਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਦੱਸਦਾ ਸੀ actually outside because they said they go hiking and stuff ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਸੀ ਕਿ ਕਈ ਵੇਲੇ ਸੱਪ ਤੇ ਪੈਰ ਰੱਖ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦਾ ਫਿਰ ਮੰਮੀ ਤੇਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਇਹੀ ਕਿਹਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਕਿ ਸੁੱਤੇ ਨਾਗ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਕਦੇ ਛੇੜੀਏ
ਸੁੱਤੇ ਨਾਗ that's a hella good song
great song
that album
usually we ask people like who your favorite artist of all time is. I think we've kind of covered that a little bit but one thing like we always say on every episode is like the reason we started this podcast is because as big as Punjabi music is getting and as exciting as it's getting and commercialized and whatnot, we want to make sure that we keep the folk music alive, right? And the stories that you guys have told today, like this is the conversations that we wanted to have. So if there's anybody else that you guys would like to see us have on and hear more stories, I'm sure you guys have heard so many incredible things. Like who would you guys like to see us have on next?
That's a good question.
And could you help facilitate?
ਸਾਨੂੰ ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਹੋਰ ਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਪਤਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਸਾਡਾ ਹੀ ਪਤਾ
I think that's maybe like Jazzy B if you can get
have you not had Jazzy on before?
Yeah.
Oh no way.
It's only Vancouver.
Yeah, that's crazy. He's always here too.
Our schedule doesn't work out but we're working on it. We'll probably get him on
because he's got a lot of history as well.
You should who you should get at the same time. You should get Jazzy B and Pinda Jatt at the same time.
That's for sure.
Yeah, that would be dope.
That would be together,
and get Shanda as well at the same time. Sukhshane Shanda.
The middle like we have here.
No, for me, no, we said the
You guys are we're so grateful to you guys for coming on and giving us your time.
Yeah, big love.
Dream episode for sure. I remember our first interview was Amrin, and when me and Simran we came back here and we sat in this room and we just put your music videos on because we asked Amr like, is there an artist that you feel is underrated or should get more love? And he said your name.
Oh wow!
Put some JK on.
Thank you very much.
To go from that, now you're here in this room is very special. So
no, thank you
very much. So much, man. We're very grateful to you guys for taking the time. But I think we can wrap it up now.
Yeah,
God bless you guys. ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਚੰਗੀ ਸਿਹਤ ਦੇਵੇ ਚੰਗੀ ਜਾਣੀ ਕਿ ਮੱਤ ਦੇਵੇ ਸਾਰਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ and keep pushing what you guys are doing man keep pushing it keep slamming it out there.
Folks gonna keep going from us three that's for sure yeah
yeah
thank you guys
all right, thank you
appreciate
it. All right.